Look, a man on fire is a cold. Man on fire is a creasy bear. A creasy bear is a greasy bear. A greasy bear is a mechanic, and a mechanic is a grease monkey, and a grease monkey is one who work on cars. So it's code flipping. I just surprised that somebody wanted to flip a code bad enough to set themselves on fire, because I ain't trying to be froze like Tookie was, and I ain't trying to set myself on fire. So a man on ice become a soul on fire. It's a code. I don't know. He might have been a NPC, because he didn't look like he was having too much problem with going up in flames while he was burning. So if it's what I think it is, Crooked Man walking on the land. Okay, so Instagram kicked all of my requests out, and nobody else's requests are coming in. I'm give people a couple minutes to send another one, and then I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm getting a little fatigued now. He might have been a whole android like Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg and Data from Star Trek the same goddamn thing. That's why he don't age. I'm trying to, sweetie, but there's nothing in my request box. So Instagram kicked everybody out the request box because I know it was about 7 to 8 more people in there. Could have been a stunt man doing a stunt, but he sure didn't look like he was feeling no problem with that fire. Yeah, so I guess they figured I must have talked to enough people. Yeah, because I had requests in after I took the last guy up, and I go back to it, and the request is empty. Ryan Garcia just put hands on Haney. No, when I end this one, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go call it a night. I'm trying to wait to see if they let anybody else put in a request before I go. But so far ain't no requests. Oh, Trump canceled a rally. That's big news. Trump don't cancel no rallies. He like publicity too much. Sum up. And yesterday was the 19th. Today was the 20th. Going into the 21st now. Yeah, sum up. So well, the cloud seeding in Dubai is self-explanatory for those who understand HAARP. But this is all because they wrote about it in prophecy. All of those places, there is storms and earthquakes in diverse places. That's what they're talking about. So use a they use technology in order to make prophecy manifest in real time. Right. So technology is the tool used in order to bring about the manifestation of what was said was prophecy. I don't call it prophecy. I just call it a plan that they followed to the letter. Look, the bunkers. That ain't nothing new. They started building the bunkers back in the 90s, trying to get ready for the disaster known as Y2K that turned out to be what I told people, nothing. right? So, um, they do have bunker buster bombs. People got to remember that. They got bunker busters. They use bunker busters to get at Hitler people in World War II. But we don't think they got more advanced, that they bombs can dig deeper before they explode than before. They look, they got all of them people out of Switzerland. They had a whole fortress built under the Swiss mountains, right? A whole city built under the mountains so that they could try to hide. They ain't no hiding. They can go in all the bunkers they want. Guess what? They know where all the bunkers at. They watch them build them from satellites, right? So if they watching them build them, they know who built them. They know where they built them at, and they know what to do to get at anybody in them bunkers. So don't fall for all of the rich people building bunkers, because they not going to do them no good. Everything getting cleaned up in real time. It's just that we not aware of all of the activities that's taking place. Um, Inbox me, Callie, and I could see what I could do for you, sweetie. Yeah, so they still got it where nobody can't request to come in, and it's 1:42, so I'm like an hour and 40 minutes into this anyway. So um, I'm gonna wrap this one up, but just remember, almost all of the stuff we see on TV is a script. It's all planned, and it's all about to turn over, right? Watch the chain reaction. People y'all not going to expect is going to fall behind Diddy, because ain't none of these suckers getting out of here without paying for their dirt. I don't care whether they're a Rockefeller. I don't care if they're a Rothschild. I don't care if they're Clinton. I don't care if they're Bush. They all of these international bankers and this money mafias that's been controlling people with the economic hitmen. If once you understand how they work, all of the early outlaws, it's gonna make sense. Because we had big mama banks scattered all across the land. And in order to institute a central banking system, in order to institute a central banking system, they first have to destabilize the current system so that they can impose their system under their conditions, whether you want them to or not, because your system is under continuous attack. It's going to leave only one system functional, theirs. All of those banks they was robbing was big mama banks. Go back and study the history of money in America. Tribes from different parts of the land had their own currency when the settlers came. This is why the money had started out with eagle back and chief head and ended up with dead presidents, because it was the transfer of two systems. It was the old system. 0 is raised the matriarchy. 0 is let the chief speak. Yeah, I love phase one. He just had me misunderstood, but that brother, that's my dude. And that's why I never let nobody make me or try to soup me up to talk bad about him, because he wasn't doing nothing that I didn't expect for him to do. Zero 0, raise the matriarchy, 0, 1, let the chief speak. Thomas Sowell, the truth. We got a lot of them. Before Thomas Sowell, we had C.L.R. James from, I think he was from Barbados or Trinidad. And he is the author of what we know today as communism. He the one who wrote the doctrine that was fed to the Europeans in the Bolshevik revolutions of Russia. It was a lot of his information trickled over and became the blueprint for what we call the Black Power movement, right? It's a book by Leon Trotsky, called Black, I think it's called Black Self-Determination by Leon Trotsky or something similar. But Leon Trotsky got ran out of Russia when Lenin died and Stalin took power. He put a hit on Trotsky. They killed Trotsky in Mexico. But Trotsky was a good friend to C.L.R. James, and he used to go visit him, and they would talk political strategies for a new system. Karl Marx and all of them stole data, information from the writings of C.L.R. James. Karl Marx information is old tribal doctrine. He just reworked it to infuse it with Roman influence so that they could use it under the patriarchal systems of domination. And this is why communism, under its current conditions, it don't last longer than 50 years. It got a 50-year shelf life before it becomes non-functional. What most of us don't know is that the United States bankrolled the Soviet Union from the Bolshevik Revolution to the fall of the wall. If you go back and you pull up old what them books called, oh man, they got all the information in it, an almanac, and you look under each country in the almanac, you see every country how much money that America was using to bankroll them and their oppressive regimes. Yeah, from Trinidad. He was a thinker like us, like Sowell. Then you have um, a lot of extremism in perception to push the point across our people, like Claude Anderson, right? Dr. Claude Anderson is focused on the economic uplift of people. And you got another brother, I think his name is, it's either Randall Robinson or Richard Robinson, wrote The Debt, What America Owe Black America. And he's talking about the economic stability of a people as well. But what we don't know, that if we take back our stuff, there's nobody to give us reparations, because all of the financial illusions crumble because they don't have the right to our mineral wealth into the land. But as long as we don't know it, then they assert a jurisdiction over the nationals. They don't have jurisdictions over the sovereigns, only the nationals. Only if you have a nationality do the corporation have jurisdictional supremacy to your claim of right. If you're standing in the position in your sovereign capacity, then your sovereign capacity is higher than your national status. So as a sovereign, you get to dictate how nationals are dealt with on your sovereign land, and you're exercising your sovereign right. Yeah, Randall Robinson, The Debt, What America Owed to Blacks. Yeah. So we have the information to uplift ourselves. We got Blueprint for Black Power by Amos N. Wilson, right? We got other people that's talking about education. Amos Wilson is a clinical psychiatrist, psychologist, and he wrote the Awakening the Natural Genius of the Black Child, the psychological development of the Black child. Then you have Haki Madhubuti, right? The conspiracy to destroy Black boys. And you got Nathan and Julia Hare, R.I.P. brother Nathan. But Julia Hare is still pushing the education from miseducation to education with the books and the work that her and her husband been doing for years in our community. One of the things about us is we only want to take the people who we like and discard the rest, but they all come in with pieces to put the puzzle back together. And if you start disregarding some because you don't like them, you cut out a major portion of the tools you need to build. Nearly Fuller wrote you the defense manual to the Conjure War. It's a chess game played out in the human arena using people as the pieces. And the breaking the chains of white supremacy is overcoming the free white persons in law attack on those priesthoods known as the Black priests or the stealthy priests, that those old Mississippians, the Black Wolf Clan, the Black Bear Clan, the Black Hawk Clan, the Black Eagle Clan, the Black Gorilla Clan. All of these is root tribal totems, right? And they were the ones who took up the defensive position, but nobody had written a comprehensive manual to fight this doctrine known as white supremacy, aka the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, in conjunction with the Morals and Dogma of Albert Pike, that got us in this condition after the George Washington challenge in the Constitution that was written in the blood of Crispus Attucks in order to subjugate us for 200 years. We won, they lost, they butt sore, and we ain't giving two shits. And that's just how it is. Yeah, he was Bobby E. Wright, psychopathic racial personality. If you want to understand the psychological makeup of your enemy, get Bobby E. Wright, psychopathic racial personality, and then read the Iceman Inheritance. When you put the two together, then you got a good understanding of how come these people couldn't overcome no gods. You can't overcome no god and you a cave dweller and the guys are Skywalkers. Unless you got some Skywalkers that's supporting your fight and putting you in positions of power so that those Skywalkers can look untouchable. You can't find them. They hid in Switzerland, under mountains, in caves, living their life, living their best life, while they got they cronies over here watching us suffer up close and personal, right? Right? So it's all there. They all gave some. I just put it all together and told y'all what I see from a different angle of looking at the problem. So um, I hope I was able to give y'all some valuable information in these last 4 hours. But as of now, I'm done. I'm pooped. I'm out. Right? So let the chief speak, raise the matriarchs, and we're gonna make it do what it do. I'll be on Brother Sinetter sometime tomorrow evening. I'm not sure the time. He gonna let me know in the morning. So Sinetter TV, I think is what it's called on YouTube. All right. Since they won't let nobody else request to join, I'm gonna wrap it up now. 219 viewers. So peace out. Flip the message to kind of like give some more background on the Caliph queens, because it's not really understood how they had their structure